Well, it's National Ag Day, and I wanted to jump on here and do something maybe a little different than Ag Day, but I think you'll see it's related. Um, Number one, I love everything agriculture, and so much of agriculture is also about life. And I like to tell people if agriculture's taught me anything, it's taught me if you want to know what the future is, grow it. Now that's true for our lives. It's true for our families. It's true for our communities, our state, and our country. Whatever we plant, we've got to nurture it and take care of it to grow the harvest that we want. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. It seems like there's a big buzz going on right now on social media, whether it's Washington, D.C. or Austin, but there's a lot of discussion about policy and what's going on in the world of education. So I thought I'd jump on here, do something a little different. I just want to start with a thank you. I want to say thank you to all of our teachers. In particular, maybe I would single out maybe our career and technical education, our CTE teachers that are giving a lot of our kids necessary job skills that are going to need to go out and become productive. But even more specifically, I'm gonna really kind of highlight today our agricultural science teachers. Because I just want to say we owe them a thank you, and you're going to see why here in a second, because we're talking about, as a taxpayer, return on investment. I want to brag about our ag teachers. When we talk about teaching, listen, I volunteered one time for a school to teach for a day outside of Houston. I don't know if I taught 5 or 6 courses that day, but I got to tell you something. I was exhausted. I was exhausted teaching just for a day. I can't imagine our teachers that do it day in and day out. You've got a lot of things that you're juggling, a lot of hats that you have to wear. That's why I wanted to start off by saying thank you to all of our teachers. If you're a teacher that's doing a good job, I'd say keep it up. If you're a teacher that knows maybe you could do a little bit better, I'd say step your game up. We need you. Our kids need you. Our state needs you. Our country needs you. One of my favorite quotes comes from Kristen McCullough. She was the teacher in space on the Space Shuttle Challenger, and she said, "I touch the future. I teach." It's a belief that the impact that we have on students lasts. It has a lasting effect. And that's why I want to say thank you to our teachers. But now let me put on my taxpayer hat. So let me tell you, as a taxpayer, as a parent of kids and grandkids that are in a public school system, I want return on my investment. I want ROI. And when I think about ROI, again, I'm going to brag. I want to brag about our ag science teachers. First, I'm going to say thank you for the time that you put in. Our ag science teachers are sometimes the very first teachers that get to the school in the morning. They get there to help train teams, evaluate livestock project, help a kid practice on a speech, train a team. They're there late in the evening. They're sometimes the last teachers to leave. And then they don't just do this day to day. They do it the whole year. Through the summertime, they're out looking at helping kids with animal projects or plant projects. They're going to conventions and conferences and trying to help their kids develop their best. They go to their own week-long professional development training. Now, they do all this in addition to driving buses, having teacher-parent meetings, doing concession stands, navigating all the politics that happen on a local campus. And then our teachers, they put in a lot. We appreciate them. We also appreciate our career technical education teacher, because you're bringing us much needed weighted funding to our school district, funding that really provides opportunities for our kids. So when we talk about the return on investment, here's where I want to really hone in and brag on our ag science teachers. In 2010 and 2022, the Texas FFA Foundation did a research project. They sponsored 2 research projects to evaluate the success of agricultural science courses and the involvement of FFA students on their careers and their career success. And so that data included comparisons and success rates of students in ag science classes, the perceived value of scholarship support for secondary education. They talked to university folks, they talked to employers, and all the feedback came back. And I think when we think about taxpayers investing in programs like public education, like agricultural science CTE courses, and the CTSO, Career Technical Student Organization, FFA program, I think there's some things here that really paint a beautiful picture of ROI. So let's unpack some of that. Number one, membership in career and technical student organizations, CTSO, was deemed as one of the most important high school activities to prepare students for college and helping them attain scholarships. I like what one principal said. Here's what one principal said. He said, when talking to employers, the thing that they want most in their employees is better soft skills. They're going to train their employees in whatever it is they want them to do. It is the soft skills that set those candidates apart for jobs and for promotion. There's no better organization that intentionally develops soft skills than the FFA in our high schools. That's pretty good testimony from a teacher, from a high school principal in the conversations they had in their community. But it even goes beyond that. Let's talk about scholarships. You know, a lot of parents, I'm one of them, got a senior, we're looking for scholarship opportunities for our kids. The Texas FFA has 468 award and academic scholarships. $2.3 million, $2.3 million annually in award and academic scholarships. By the way, not only thank you to our ag teachers, thank you for our parents and all the people that make it happen. Sponsors, thank you. We appreciate you for pouring into our kids. That's incredible. 86% of recipients of scholarships say that their FFA scholarship was crucial to their college and career success. A lot of people think, well, Aaron, there's the statistics doesn't show that everybody's going into agriculture. So where's all this scholarship money going? Well, I'm glad you asked, because the majority of FFA students that receive that $2.3 million, they go into non-agricultural based industries. Over the past 5 years, 616 non-ag based scholarship versus 176 specific ag scholarships. We want them in both. We want kids that are excelling in careers across the spectrum of opportunities that make Texas great. But we also know there's going to be a necessity for food, and we're glad that some of those kids are choosing to pursue careers in agriculture as well. Universities leaders reported that 53% of FFA students graduate faster than other students. 73% of FFA students are more active in college, and 93% FFA experience is valuable in deciding how a university is going to allocate their departmental scholarships. So again, ROI, being involved in this organization, really for taxpayers is showing some success. FFA goes beyond the classroom. It enables members. We talk about those soft skills in practical situation, creating a toolkit for prospective employees, things like creativity and teamwork, dependability, assertiveness, problem solving, communication skills, learning how to be flexible, time management, learn how to be accountable, responsible and accountable, and also leadership. Texas employers report that 83% agree that FFA members are more knowledgeable about entrepreneurship than their peers. 99% of FFA alumni agree that FFA strengthened their leadership skills. 87% of employers agree that FFA members are hired, former FFA members are hired more than their peers. I mean, again, I'm bragging on our ag teachers. I'm bragging on our ag science program, because you're the ones that are doing this. 89% agree that FFA members receive more raises or bonuses than their peers. I don't know about y'all, but I know in business we like margin. So I think that as an employer, if we can create margin, that means that young person or that person takes that home and their family's more successful. All of this is return on investment for Texas. The consensus among employers is clear. FFA members excel in their jobs thanks to their exceptional readiness. Here's what one Texas employer said. He said, I'm looking for employees that are self-motivated, have leadership potential, looking for employees who have excelled not because they're good at memorization, but because they can actually think. FFA members have the opportunity to develop and demonstrate those skills. Another employer said employees that were former FFA members tend to pursue higher roles and take on leadership positions. They step up to the plate. That's return on investment for Texas. We want to talk at the local level. Let's just talk at the local level. Students with 2, 4, or 6 semesters of ag science graduate at a higher rate than their peers. Students with 4 to 6 semesters of ag science have significantly lower disciplinary issues in school. 61% of FFA students actually go on to college and work. They have jobs while they're going to school, to college. 82% of high school ag education experience created a pathway, career pathway that they're on to this day. FFA participation equips students with practical skills, gives them a competitive edge in the job market, a pathway to increased opportunities in the future. At the end of the day, it means a better Texas. And as a taxpayer, I like that. Again, I'm a parent, I'm a grandparent of kids in public schools. I'm a taxpayer. I'm looking for return on investment. And I just want to say thank you to all the teachers. Thank you. Thank you for what you do, especially our ag science teachers. The statistics are clear. Just look around our communities, our state capital, our business community. You've created a lot of great leaders for our state. That is return on investment. That is something as a taxpayer, I can say thank you. So on National Ag Day, thank you. Thank you to all of our ag science teachers for creating an incredible ROI for Texas taxpayers, for parents, for grandparents, but most of all for helping us make Texas a better place to live, work, and raise our kids. National Ag Day, thank you. Thank you, ag science teachers.